Hey guys, it's Laurel. Today is Saturday, September 21st, and this is FLOSSTUBE number, I think, 45. I was debating on whether or not to do a video today. I missed y'all, so of course I wanted to do a video, but I don't really have a ton of stuff, so it'll probably be a little bit shorter today, but I just want to kind of touch base with my people. See how everybody is, see what everybody's up to. So, and I need help with a project is another reason I didn't want to wait too long, because I have something I started a while back, but I am at the point that I need to make some color changes, so I need some help with something. I have been fine, and the minute I start filming, my reflux kicks in a little bit. Did get up this morning, me and hubby went to breakfast. We went and did some running around, stopped by the store, picked up an online order, and went to lunch. And now we're home. I got chicken cooking in the oven. Tomorrow is our homecoming. So a little bit of prep today. And then tonight, we're going to go have dinner with my daughter and her boyfriend at their new apartment. So that's exciting. So not a lot as far as life updates in the last few weeks. I don't really think anything major has happened. The new puppy had his neuter surgery, and he's been fine with it. He's hilarious. He has this giant inflatable donut around his head that he's okay with, but it is freaking out one of the other dogs. She's not sure about how she feels about this dog with this giant donut around his head running, wanting to play with her. But anyway, he's done real good, and all three dogs are getting along real good. So if I think about it, I'll put a picture on my Instagram of him in his donut. But he is a sweet boy, and he's fitting in really good with us. It's sunny today here, which is great because we've had a ton of rain. And for multiple reasons, I'm very glad to see the sun out today. My yard needs to dry a little bit because it's a lot wiping down 3 huskies every time they go outside. They do love to hunt for grub worms, so they like to dig. It's a lot. And of course, the Zorro, he's the new one. He still has to be on a leash for, I don't know, like 4 more days when he goes out, so he can't run around too much. But they've been running around like crazy in the house, like going crazy. I was on a Zoom with some friends the other night, and my son and his girlfriend were in the living room, and my son walked in with the arm of a chair, and he was like, "Hey, look what the dogs did." So that's kind of our life right now, but it's fine. It's fixable. It needs some fixing anyway, so it'd just be something extra to fix. But anyway, you don't want to hear about my dogs. You're here for some cross stitching, so let's just kind of get started with what I've been working on. I have all the bags right here in the chair with me because I'm trying to not put too much stuff on my ironing board, which is where the computer is sitting, because I feel like I shake it all the time. So I put them in the chair next to me, but I had to put a pillow to wedge them because I didn't want to keep going in and out of the frame. I put way too much thought into these videos as to what, I act like y'all were going to call me and be like, "Look, you're going to need to settle down with this video and all the in and out of the screen," but I know y'all don't really care. So let's start with, I do not have any fully finished objects. I do not have any finished stitches. I did think that maybe what I might do as far as scheduling is if I have a fully finished or a new stitch to show you, that might be when I do my videos, just so you're not bored looking at the same stuff. And several of y'all have said it's fine. I could show the same stuff over and over again. It wouldn't hurt your feelings. So, we'll just see. Okay, so the first one I want to show you. Now, these are, everything I'm going to show you except one is our projects that I have been working on for Sampler September. I do have one more stitch that I'm going to work on this next week, but I'm a little back and forth about which one it may be. So I can't tell you what the last one will be, but I will show it in the next video. Okay, so I think this is the Yeah, this is the first one I worked on the first week of Sampler September. This is Fanny's Flowers by Shakespeare's Peddler. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me not. Yeah, Shakespeare's Peddler. Love it, love it. Now, if you look, this flower right here looks pink, right? And you see there's a lot of ghosty up here in the letters. And I was okay with that. I don't mind ghosty. Ghosty doesn't like hurt my feelings at all. But this one has a lot of ghosty. So these are my colors. And these are the called for colors. I'm using the called for fabric, which is 36 count flax. Sorry, I can't read it. And I'm sorry for the light. The sun is super shiny, and then it goes behind a cloud like all morning. I've been in here sewing, and I had the blinds open, and that was too bright to film, and then I closed them, and then it was still a little bit weird, so some things will just look a little bit off. But anyway, I got the call for, so I was like, okay, this looks good, right? They're going to match really good. And they do. But here's my problem. I have 3 colors in here. And I know dye lots have changed and all that stuff. Like, I get that. But I have these 3 colors that look okay like that, right? But when you do one strand, they totally disappear. Well, these 2 totally disappear. This one is very faint. This one might be okay. So this is where I am. Now, if you see right here, do you see this? There is a letter stitch right there. And I mean, that is not just a little ghosty. That is like super ghost. Like I'm going to need to change that. I think it's just too much. I'm not really one to change colors a whole lot, but I'm trying to like get over that and not feel like I have to stick to something. And if I don't like the color, I just need to change it. I mean, I have no problem changing my linen, so I don't know why it stresses me. I don't even want to say stresses. I get so dramatic with the words I use on here. But I don't know why it bothers me to change a color. But that's just, it's way too light. So this is the purple. So I feel like that's okay. I mean, it's not, you can see it. But I think these 2, which are lamb's wool and shaker white, I think I'm going to change those because the main reason is because that flower is in lamb's wool. Oops. I want to see the chart. So this down here is in lamb's wool. You see there's contrast there. Over here, lamb's wool. There is contrast. And stitch, I know that it will be a little different in the flower versus the letters, but I think I want something that reads more pink. So I need to know if you've done this, did you change any of those ghosty colors? If you haven't done it, what color would you suggest for the pink? I am going to pull this D out. I keep looking at it because it's like right there. I can't see it at all. And maybe it shows up better to y'all on there. But I'm going to pull that out. So I need 2 color replacements for lamb's wool and shaker white. So y'all tell me what you think. Because I didn't want like so much of the alphabet. I mean, it is muted color. So I'm not trying to put, you know, bubblegum pink in there or anything. But I do think it needs to be a little bit darker, my pink. So let me know what you think. I love to hear everybody's opinion about things like that. I also got some of these rings. Somebody had talked about them slow down, Laurel. Somebody had talked about them at our little Stitchy One Day meetup. I have thread literally everywhere. But these are nice. They're like the little jewelry rings and this twist, and it's very light. So even with, sometimes when you get the binder rings and your floss bling on there, it's a little bit heavy, but this is really light, and I like that a lot. So I bought me a pack of those, and I'm going to use for some of my flosses. Okay, let's see what's in the next pack. Oh, okay. So this one is what I've been working on this week. I really did not have my act together. I don't have the cover picture on any of these charts out. I'm sorry. This is Mary Finley by the Scarlet House. This was an exclusive to Kitten Stitcher, who is Shakespeare's Peddler. I think I've been hearing people say that her shop either is or was closed because she's moving, but they said you can add stuff. Somebody had said you could add stuff to your cart. You just couldn't check out. But this, ooh, okay, I love it for multiple reasons. It's Scarlet House, love. It has alphabet, which I love alphabet. I know some people don't, but I love alphabet, but it's not overwhelming alphabet. I love these little animals right here. Love these. This color right here. I love how it pops in the flowers and this bottom. Love, love, love. And I bought I'm just using the DMCs, so I didn't buy the DMCs from her, but I bought the pattern and the linen, which is Mason linen, in 36 count button box. So this is how far I am. And I completely get the draw to Mason linen. I will definitely be on the hunt for more of this linen. I've heard people talk about it. My local shop, I don't think she's ever carried any of it, but I will be looking to see who carries this and placing an order. It looks like there's, on this, her sticker that she had marked off, she's got like a dozen colors on there. So I don't know anything about the dyer, but I know I love this linen. So right now I'm just 2 colors in. The whole alphabet is just those 2 colors. This row right here is repeated after this line, and then it moves into the first row of flowers. So I'm really enjoying this. I like it a lot. I know Brenda showed this in their last video that she had started it, so she's probably done at this point. But I worked on it, like I said, all this week, and like on my lunch hour, and then in the evening it's been a little bit weird because Zora had his surgery Tuesday. So Tuesday night there was no stitching because he needed some attention. Wednesday night I got a little bit of stitching done, not very much, but I had another little project that I needed to get done this week, and I got it done, but it's not anything exciting to show you. It's right here. It's my niece's bridesmaid's dress. She needed hemmed, and it had 3 layers that needed to be hemmed, and it's like that chiffon-y sheer material. It took me forever, but it's done. But not very exciting to show on a floss tube. But that did take up some time. Okay, the next piece. This is what I had decided to use as my 2 threads a day project. Again, Scarlet House. Try to mark well. This, the model was stitched on 40 count Dirty Teacup from Needle and Flax. I am using a Picture This Plus. I do like how this looks, but I really, really like how it looks on what I picked out. I'm using the DMC conversion. And this is a piece of 32 count Heritage Lugana by Picture This Plus that I'm stitching 1/2. So I was able to finish the red in the middle of the tomato. So I still have all the little doodads in there to do. And come down with some of the black on the side. So this row right here starts here. So it's possible I could get it done this month, but I'm not going to say it out loud because we know if I say it, it's a lie. I'm going to have to get t-shirts made or something. Laurel said this, so it's a lie. But I love this. I do plan on framing this in a ornate black frame. But I've loved that forever since it first came out. And I thought it was a pretty good idea to do 2 threads a day on it. I was going to do it as an all week one of my pieces, but I was like, I'll just do 2 threads a day because I need to get in the habit of doing that anyway. The next thing I worked on, this was not, I just worked on this a little bit last night, so I'll just show it real fast. Bless Our Land. I had wanted to have it done for today, but I didn't really work on it any until last night. My husband was out of town also this week, so he got back Thursday night, but then last night he had a work evening event. So me and the dogs, we were at home watching Netflix, and I got this out. So I just did the girl. So all I have left, I think, I did the girl and I did the body of this eagle up here. So I just have all the little flowers to put in there, and I'm not going to put the date on it that's over there next to her dress. I'm just going to leave that off. I do already have a frame for this. I probably already talked about that in a video, but I do have a frame for it that my plan is to paint it and use the crackle paint on it, see what it looks like, and then if it turns out good, I'll show it to you, and if not, I'll show you something else that I finished it once I finish stitching it. And then this piece, I didn't show this in the last video. I haven't worked on it since then, but I just wanted to show it since I only have a little bit of progress. This is Teresa Kogut Star Quilt. Love this. When I showed it, I don't know, on Instagram or something, somebody had messaged and said, beware, that's a lot of stitching in them stars. And I was like, I know, but it'll be fine. But boy, she was not lying. It is a lot of stitching in these stars. So when we went on the trip, I talked about in the last video, we went to the Spartan race. It was like a 3-hour drive there, almost 3 hours, and almost 3 hours back. I did this in that time. 6 hours. 6 hours on 25 count Lugana. But isn't it pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I can't wait to get the next one in, then just to bring some black across just so the background of this one will pop. But it's pretty. And we know I love Teresa Kogut because she's amazing. And all that stuff. Y'all know, right? Y'all have those designers that you're like, you just have to say their name and you're like, oh. So me, I can't even start naming them because I'll be all video just naming off because I have so many that I love. But Teresa Kogut is one of them. Okay. Oh, wow. That got crazy dark. Okay. Now it's going to be crazy light. That's just how the light's going to be. So that's all the stitching I've gotten done. I have had, however, a couple Zooms with some friends in a Facebook group that's got some stitchers in it. A Facebook group. Instagram group chat that has some stitchers in it. So I have found some new FLOSSTUBE videos that I am just loving with these ladies. I'm just amazed at how many people are out there that that you would have a connection to, or that you really like watching, like you really like their FLOSSTUBE, but you never knew they existed until, a friend of a friend of a friend introduces you. So that's been exciting this week. I've got I think 3 new ones that I've been watching. So I will, I'm not going to pull their names and everything up this time. In the next video, I'll try to mention and list all the new ones that I've been watching, because a couple of them I'm binge watching. I want to get to the end so I can tell you which ones you need to watch. But anyway, so that's all of my actual stitching. Like I said, a little bit busy this past week just with the dog and hubby being gone and whatever. I do hope to, I don't want to talk about plans yet. I'll talk about plans here in just a little bit. So I want to talk about haul next. So I did finally get my Hello America book. I did wait because I had a friend that reminded me. If you remember, I talked about this a while back when it was first released. And I was like, I'll probably have it next video. And I didn't, because I had a friend remind me that, Laurel, you're in her Patreon and you get a discount in her Etsy shop. So I waited till it was put in her Etsy shop so I could use my discount over there. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I got it, and I've tried to not thumb through it too much because it would make me want to start something and I'd get off course. My chicken's done. I just heard a timer. But it's okay. My husband's going to go get it out. Because as soon as I open this, I'm like, oh, I want to stop everything and stitch this right now. If you're new to my channel, I love patriotic. And I love the patriotic that Teresa does, and that Plum Street Sampler does, that Blackbird does. Patriotic. So I'm not going to go through that whole book because I know you've all seen it, but I did get that. I'm very excited. I'll be doing some more stuff out there. I did get my next piece of Seraphim, where I'm in the fabric club. And this one is 36 count Moon Shadow. You got a quarter yard. I'll learn one day to take this out of the package. Not great, but it's okay. But I am working on, I have a lot of charts. I have a lot of charts. I have a lot of books. I've been talking with friends, off and on, and we're like, it's just so hard to not buy the stuff when it comes out. I'm like, okay, Laura, you have to you cannot, right now, if I never bought another thing, I could not stitch all the things that I purchased. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Other than I have decided that I will put my purchases maybe more towards linen buying right now versus patterns. But I do have a couple of patterns I really want, really want. The Scarlet House Red Manor sampler. I said it wrong in the last video that I talked about it, but it's the newest with the big red house. I really want that. And then I did acquire some more Lakeside through a friend who is fabulous. This is vintage cedar plank. Can we just talk about this for a minute? It's beautiful. And when I say beautiful, I mean it's beautiful. Beautiful. There's so many things I want to do on this. So many. So I have half yard. So if you own any vintage cedar plank and you have stitched something on it, let me know what you stitched. Because I would love to see. Because it's Lakeside, so you have to pick wisely what you put on there. But is that not beautiful? Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. Okay. I also got a piece of Meadow Rue 36 count. This is a quarter yard. Now, I will tell you, it was funny because the night that I got this, later that evening, I was able to find some more meadow rue online. So I bought it too. But it's not here yet. Right before the video, I was like, oh, where's that other meadow rue that I ordered? What have I done with it? And I looked where I keep my fabrics and linens. I was like, it's not there. And I looked where I keep all my new stuff to show y'all, and it wasn't there. And I went out and looked where I lay my stuff in the evening when I come home, and it wasn't there. I was like, oh my goodness. So I pulled up my order history on that site. It hasn't shipped yet. But I need it. I need it. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This May, I feel like this deserves like a patriotic, don't you think? Something patriotic. I don't know, same thing, meadow rue. Tell me what looks good on meadow rue. I could do patriotic. I could do like a red sampler. I mean, I could do anything, but I have a quarter yard, so what could I do? Let me know. Maybe, what is it, at home with all the trees? You think that would look good on there? I don't know. That's on my list. I'm going to have to soon go back through my list of immediate radar and revamp that a little bit and come up with I just want loose plans for this next year, not so regimented like I tried to do. Or even if I do assignment stitching, I only want to do assignment stitching for part of the year, because probably I did really good with my assignment stitching this year, but probably like July, August, I didn't, it's not that I lost interest, I just wanted more work on other things. Like I needed to have more than just my assignment stitching, because if you remember, I had like 4 big giant pieces that I was doing assignment stitching on. So I've kind of let them marinate for a little bit, and hopefully I have a plan for October that I'll talk about here in just a little bit, but hopefully in November those will come back out for a little bit. Okay, and then I had a friend that went, that's upside down. I like to show things upside down just in case you dropped your phone at the moment I did that or something and you needed to be able to read it upside down. I don't know. But I had a friend that went to summer school, and I asked her if she could find me some baked clay. Oh, I was going to show you what I was going to stitch on this, but I didn't pull it out, so I'm sorry. But I want to stitch Plum Street Samplers Grace Doth Abound. I want to stitch it on this. This is a called for fabric, and it's probably a little more like the darker there, but I'm so excited to get this. So thank you to my friend who did some shopping for me. I appreciate her very much. And then she also brought me this piece. She told me what she thought it might be. It's not labeled, but I don't care if it's labeled or not. We know it's 36. Look. That's just pretty. Pretty. Oh, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to start having a little bit of stash of linen. Now, I said before that I wasn't going to work on a stash, because what if I bought all this 36 and then I decided I didn't want to stitch on 36 anymore? And what happened? It was a lie. It was a lie. Me and a couple of my friends, we've had a good laugh about me and my line, because I'd said something last week about yellow. I was like, I don't know why I had this thought, but I'd said in a video a while back that I wasn't a fan of yellow. And like I said it out loud again, and I was like, but I know I shouldn't say that on my video, because as soon as I do that, someone will post something that will make me want to stitch something yellow. Within 24 hours, another friend posted something that was amazing, and it was in yellow. And then 2 days later, somebody else posted something yellow, and my friends were sending it to me, and I was like, this is what I get. And they asked me if I learned my lesson, and I did. And then I was thinking about the things that I had coming up that I wanted to stitch. And I was thinking about my patriotic, what was going to be my next patriotic piece. So when I finish Bless Our Land, there is I think it's Little House chart that me and Rebecca are going to stitch. And then I was like, oh, and I have this other one that I remember really loving. It's a Chessie and Me. And again, I didn't know I was going to talk about this, or I would have got the chart out. Chessie and Me is called Lincoln's House, and it is beautiful. And what color is predominant in it? Yellow. Yellow. Okay, but anyway, back to haul. This is kind of a Happy Mail kind of thing. I mean, I didn't buy this, but my friend, she got me this when she went to the attic. And I love it. Love it. Don't look at my nails. I didn't get my nails done today. I'm going to go Monday. Nice little bag. One day I'm going to go to the attic. I don't know when it's going to be, but I'm going to go. Okay, and then I got my... Did I show these in the last video? I don't think I did. These are my September Patreon charts from Teresa Kogut. Prickly Thorn. Right and Just. That's pretty right. I kind of like just that. Which I'm sure there's a way to figure out how to do that. And I kind of like the verse too, but I don't know about this part. Maybe I just need to cut this part out and slide that up. I don't know, but I love the blue. It's very pretty. Her colors are always so good. And then Choices Token. And that one I'm not sure either. I don't know. We'll see. But I really like that. All right, so what I have next is, so I'm going to talk about cross stitch plans before I go into quilting, just in case you're just not all interested in quilting. If you're even slightly interested in quilting, just stick around because it's not very long. Okay, so I said I had plans for October. My thought is that in October I want to work on my SALs. So I as of late have really enjoyed jumping on the SAL bandwagon. Now, I don't know if y'all knew this, but I was thinking about it. And SAL is actually not spelled S-A-L. It is actually spelled Y-E-S. And if I could even tell you how many times I said, ooh, I'll stitch that with you on a Zoom last week, you would think I'd lost my mind. But I would like to put some effort into Dwelling Place that I'm stitching with Jan Holder and Phoebe. Jan with Hoop It Up with Jan, Phoebe of Moonshine Stitchery. I would also like to work on, oh my goodness, what's the name of it? Rosewood Manor. It's for Pam's birthday. It's beautiful. It's on brown. I showed it a few videos back. But I would like to work on that because I have a couple SALs going on with Pam that I haven't paid any attention to. Hi Pam, miss you. I also would like to work on the Plum Street that I'm doing with Bayside Stitcher. I'm a complete blank. It's purple. It's plum. On Prudence, for crying out loud. That I have a stitch I'm working on with Diane Sutton. Again, blank. Diane, I did it again. I'm just blank. I have my sal that I'm hosting with Jim. It is a little bit of spring. All that, which is not even everything. I mean, there's a second one me and Pam are doing together. Is there something else I'm stitching with somebody? I'm not sure. But there's about to be a sal started for this chart. I Love More Strong. We're starting October 1st. So who's doing that? Me. Who doesn't have time? Me. Who's doing it anyway? Me. Because it's beautiful. Look at this. So the border, I was looking at it earlier. These are satin stitches. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do satin stitches or regular crosses because my satin stitches are not pretty. But we'll see. This could be a good opportunity to practice. So has the top border, not anything overly intricate. Alphabet. Look at all these birds. Just like birds, birds, birds. But then the rest of the border is just a little zigzaggy. I mean, it has some doodads here in the corner. And then you're almost instantly into the meat of the chart. So yes, I absolutely will do that. This has 2 other pieces in it too. If you don't have this book, it has these 2. I really like this one too. But October 1st, I don't know all the details. I just know October 1st, and I'm in. I'm starting. I'm in. And then I have, I'm not 100% sure I will start this one. I did buy the floss and fabric for Sarah Barker. It was going to be in my Sampler September. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, let's see if the sun's going to pass by. So I bought the fabric. This is 36 count parchment, which is the called for. And then I bought the DMCs. So I'm not going to say that's coming in October, but it's coming soon. I did pick out my birthday stitch, which is in November. And I scared my friends. They were like, oh no, we're not doing that with you. But I think I'm still going to do it. So I need to get that one ordered. So I have a lot. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit all over the place with what I want to do. But I do want to, like I said, October, I want to focus on my sals. So that will put me stitching with so many people that I love dearly, that I need to get these things done because I love the projects, but it's just fun to stitch with friends. And then there's new ones coming up all the time. I did not start, I know a lot of people started a leap year stitch, and we were talking about that the other day, and I was like, I didn't start a leap year stitch. I don't know why I didn't. I think just everything I like is like super big anyway, so I didn't feel like I needed to start yet another big one. But I might switch my birthday star into being my leap year stitch. We'll see. I did work on my Sunday piece, but it wasn't enough to really show much progress, so I didn't show it. So I'm sorry that I didn't have a ton of eye candy today, but hopefully I'll have some more for you next time. I am going to move on to quilting, which is just a teeny tiny little bit of haul, one little project I worked on. It was my goal to have this quilt switched out for today, but I just didn't have it in me to drag everything out and switch that. So maybe next time I'll have a new quilt, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But if you're not staying with me for the quilting, just I would appreciate likes, follows, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. I will have my Instagrams listed down below. And I did want to mention, I don't want to make this channel about my Etsy shop, but I do have a new item coming in the Etsy shop. It will be here this week. It's some new borrow markers, a new design. So I'll list that, my shop down below also. And I do have a couple other new items that I just need to take 20 minutes and get them loaded onto there and see. So hopefully I'll have those up here in the next couple days before too long. And I really do want opinions on Fanny's flowers, which y'all would use if you have a pink, if you change the flosses, what you used, and just your thoughts in general about that project. Because I have gotten really good ideas from people here that I would have never thought about before. But just reading the comments, a light bulb went off, and I was like, oh, that's the perfect answer to this. Okay, so all that being said, I'm going to move on to quilting. And like I said, maybe 5 more minutes. I'll be done. I don't do like a really big quilting section. I'll start with haul. I just have one piece of haul for now. I do have some more stuff ordered. Ordered a book and a jelly roll yesterday because it was jelly roll day. Either yesterday was or today is jelly roll day. So they had jelly rolls on sale at Fat Quarter Shop. So yes, I bought some. But I ordered this So Obsessed layer cake. It's all sewing themed. Did I need another layer cake? Absolutely not. Did I need it? I did. Okay, I did actually get some sewing done. Like I said, I hemmed the dress, and I did actually finish a quilt block. So this is the Quilter's Cottage that I'm sewing with some of my friends from quilt camp. One of my friends at last quilt camp, she did the trees, the flowers, the rocks, and all 3 of her, I can't really tell, but there's like, down at the bottom, there's 3 big blocks. So she did all that. So far, I have done the trees, the house, and now I did the fence. I've had the fence cut out for a while, and I was just determined the other day that I had to get back in here and get some sewing done. Like, I've got to find the time to give my other hobby some attention. So I came in the other night and just shut the door and stayed in here until I got that done. So here is what feels like 100 miles of fencing. So I'm doing this whole quilt in grunge. Look at all this fence. Here's some fence. And here's some fence. And here's some fence. And it just keeps going. So there's all my fence. So we had joked that when you look at the front of this quilt, you think it's not going to be very big. I was like, oh, it'll just be the size like of this one. I can hang it up there. It'll be real cute over my cutting station. It's going to be big. I don't think it's going to fit up there. So, but that's okay. I love it, and it'll be cute. So as far as plans for quilting, I try to not really put too much thought into that because I have so many things started that it would just be ridiculous to try to keep any kind of organization because I never know when I'm going to have time to come in here and sew. But I will say I had started the Thimble Blossom Swoon 16 quilt like last year or sometime. I don't know how long I've been showing y'all this. There is a group of people that are doing this as a quilt along right now. They, who showed it? I don't know, maybe Jessica Sweetwater. I don't know, there's a couple of them that had talked about it, and I don't know who it is that started the idea of this. There's a group of them, but their plan is to do 3 blocks a week. That's a lot. It's a lot. Well, it's a lot for me, I will say, because, I work, have a husband, I have children that, if they want to spend time with me, that's what I'm going to do. I have dogs. I have cross stitch. I have church. I have a lot going on. But 3 of these a week, it's a lot. There is so much stitching in one of these. And, hold on. I've shown these before, but just in case you're new, this is the colorway that I'm doing. I have done 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So, and they all are just a little bit different. Just different fall. So, and like, I come in here, I have every bit of this, all the blocks cut out, and I want to say the last time I came in, so I was like, I'll just come in and sew a little bit every night. on the stuff that I have cut out. It took me 3 nights to do one. Now, I didn't time that. I don't know how much time, but there's a lot of, marking for half square triangles, lining everything up pretty, and it's just one that you can't, you don't want to rush through this. So if you're one that's doing this, it's not that it's complicated, it's just a lot of sewing, and you just have to take your time, but it's going to be beautiful when it's done. Just beautiful. So just depending on how much exposure it gets on social media, it might get me motivated to get a little bit of that done. We'll see. I don't know. So that's all I have to show today. I'm going to try to be back in 2 weeks. I don't think we have a lot of stuff going on. I think I should be able to get some stuff done to have, enough content to make a video. But you just never know what may happen. I just really enjoyed this very much. Like I said, getting on here, spending a little time with you, making some connections. If you are interested in any of the projects that I was doing and you want to join in the stitch along that's already there, or you want a stitch along, I'm all in. I will say that this time of year I get excited because I feel like I can catch up on some stitching and quilting. I'm not a Halloween decorator, so I always feel like I'm going to get caught up because everybody else is going to be stitching and quilting Halloween, but I don't get caught up because there's still fall stuff that I like, that I want to do. I have 4 or 5 fall projects that I want to give some attention to in November, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to make all that work. But I'm not going to stress about it because it's just hobbies and it's fun. It's just fun to get together and do. So I will, like I said, hope to see you in a couple of weeks. I hope to catch up with some friends in between that time. I'll spend a little time with some friends online. It's been a lot of fun, like I said, in the last couple of weeks. I will put some pictures just on my Instagram when the new Etsy borrow markers show up. I'll just post a picture on Instagram. But that's all I got. So I'll see you in a couple weeks. And until then, I hope you get lots of stitching, lots of quilting done. Bye, guys.